Hello everyone. Today we're beginning a new journey through the book of Exodus. Chapter 1 introduces us to a critical moment in Israel's history, the transition from being honored guests in Egypt to becoming oppressed slaves. It's a story of fear, resilience, and God's unseen hand at work. Exodus 1 begins by reminding us that the sons of Jacob Israel came to Egypt with their families, totaling 70 people. Over time, the Israelites multiply and become exceedingly numerous, filling the land. This fulfills God's promise to Abraham that his descendants would be as numerous as the stars. However, as generations pass, a new king comes to power in Egypt who does not remember Joseph or the good he did for Egypt. This king sees the Israelites as a threat, saying, "The Israelites have become far too numerous for us. Come, we must deal shrewdly with them, or they will become even more numerous, and if war breaks out, join our enemies and fight against us." To control the Israelites, the Egyptians subject them to forced labor, forcing them to build store cities for Pharaoh, such as Pithom and Ramesses. But the more the Egyptians oppress the Israelites, the more they multiply and spread. This frustrates the Egyptians, so they increase the harshness of their labor. The Israelites are forced to work in the fields and endure brutal conditions, but God's blessing on them cannot be stopped. Despite the oppression, the Israelites continue to grow in number, showing that God's promises are unstoppable. Pharaoh then takes a more drastic step. He orders the Hebrew midwives, Shiphrah and Puah, to kill all Hebrew baby boys at birth. But the midwives fear God and refuse to obey Pharaoh's command. When Pharaoh confronts them, they explain that the Hebrew women are vigorous and give birth before the midwives arrive. Because of their courage, God blesses the midwives with families of their own. This act of defiance is one of the first recorded instances of civil disobedience in the Bible, showing that faithfulness to God is more important than obedience to unjust rulers. When Pharaoh's plan fails, he issues a chilling command to all his people. "Every Hebrew boy that is born you must throw into the Nile, but let every girl live." This sets the stage for the birth of Moses, who will become God's instrument to deliver his people. Despite the darkness of this moment, God's plan is already in motion. So, what can we learn from Exodus 1? First, God's promises cannot be thwarted by human plans or oppression. Second, courage and faithfulness to God can make a difference, even in the face of great evil. Finally, this chapter reminds us that God is always at work, even when his plans are not yet visible. Let's trust him to bring deliverance in his perfect timing. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next story.